everybody, this is virgultravis 12, and with me today doing a review is Heweylewis, the animated movie reviewer. So, Heweylewis, what movie are we going to review today?
Well, thanks for asking, virgultravis, but first off, I'd just like to say thank you for having me on your show. Now anyway, on to the movie I wish to review. Since you reviewed Jaws, I think it would be most appropriate if we reviewed the sequel, Jaws 2, released in 1978.
Nice choice, Heweylewis. Would you mind if I explain the plot?
Go right ahead, virgultravis. I'll help explain the plot as well.
Alright, although I have not seen this movie in a long time, I believe the plot follows our good old friend Chief Brody, who is again played by Roy Scheider. He's just trying to live his life on the island, forget about the horrible nightmare that great white shark from the first movie caused. However, it doesn't stay that way. When accidents start happening near the beach, he believes that the town may have another shark problem. However, they do not listen to him, because they believe he might be paranoid of what has happened to him.
The attacks in the movie happen as followed. In the beginning of the film, we follow two divers as they discover the wreckage of the Orca, Quint's boat from the first film. As they are taking pictures of their discovery, a mysterious figure swims out of the darkness. It is a shark. It attacks and eats them. Then their camera sinks to the bottom of the ocean and takes a picture. Later on, the shark appears behind a water ski as she is being pulled by a motorboat. Of course, the shark attacks and eats her. Then the woman who was driving the motorboat swings back to see what happened. The shark rams into the side of the boat and starts chomping on it. The woman pours gasoline onto the shark and fires a flare gun at him, burning his face and causing the boat to explode. Throughout the rest of the film, the shark has a large black scar on the right side of his face, giving him a more menacing appearance.
Yeah, that is pretty scary. However, Jaws also leaves clues behind to his attacks. For instance, two teenagers end up stumbling upon a dead orca or a dead killer whale. When I first saw this when I was little, it scared the crap out of me. Now, with all of this, you would think that someone would believe Chief Brody about the attacks. However, that does not keep his son from going out sailing, who for some reason developed a fascination to sailing. If this is that son from the first film, I can't understand him. I mean, after what happened to him, I wouldn't go out sailing. In the first film, one of his sons was knocked over the sailboat, and while in the water saw someone get eaten by Jaws. If I saw that, I would never go sailing again.
Well, I think I have a theory for this. Some teenagers are fascinated with hot rods and cars, right? Well, on Amity Island, the thing the teenagers do is sailing. So yeah, Mike could be interested in sailing. It's like his car. Later on in the movie, Chief Brody is patrolling the oceans for shark. Just then he spots a large black shape in the water. He frantically rings the bell saying, "Out of the water now!" and proceeds on shooting. He finds out there was only a small group of bluefish.
And with that incident, he ends up finding the camera of the two divers who were killed in the beginning of the film. He develops a photo from the camera, and in the photo shows what looks like the face of a shark. And so, as he goes to show this to the mayor and the townsfolks, they do not believe him because they believe he's paranoid. And with that, they just decide to reassign or fire Chief Brody from his job as the chief of police.
Meanwhile, Brody's son Mike and his little brother sneak out so they could go sailing with his friends, because his father had forbidden him to use the sailing boat while the shark was in the water.
And while this is happening, two teenagers, the same teenagers who discovered that dead orca on the beach, and going sailing together in this romantic thing, until Jaws hits the boat, knocking one of them over and eats them. One of them. And now, after Chief Brody discovers this and finds out that his son and his other son are out in the sea, he must go out and rescue them from the man-eating shark that's basically responsible for several deaths already.
Meanwhile, Michael Brody and his friends are attacked by the shark. Mike is thrown overboard and knocked unconscious. Luckily, one of his friends pulls him into the boat right before the shark eats him. For the others, not so fortunate, for their boats were rammed together to form one large raft. Michael is taken to safety and tells his father, Chief Brody, that his brother is still out there with the others. Chief Brody contacts a helicopter to go and rescue them.
The helicopter eventually finds the children at sea and goes to rescue them. However, the shark ends up coming out of the water, biting the bottom of the helicopter and sinking it. And while this happened, the propeller ends up tearing apart some of the raft. And after this happens, I believe someone else gets eaten by the shark, which is very unfortunate.